Hi guys, it's Oracle Ani and I'm here for another psychic medium storytelling time. And in this video, I am going to share with you two of my scary stories. I say they're scary because of what I felt and how I was deceived. Um, Both of these stories happened at a cemetery, not the same cemetery, different cemeteries. One of the cemeteries was in Charleston, South Carolina, and one of the cemeteries is in New Orleans. In Charleston, I was just visiting by myself. It wasn't my first time in Charleston. I go into the cemetery um, by myself during the day, and there's like there's the entrance on one side of the street, and there's another entrance on the other side of the block, and then there's, I believe, another entrance on the around the corner on that side of the block, right? So there's three entrances to the same little area. And so I I say, okay, I'm gonna walk into the cemetery, and if I can see anything or if I can feel anything. Maybe there's like a spirit that would like to talk to me. Maybe um, I can help somebody. I don't know. Again, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Um, so I walk in, and again, I'm by myself. I walk in, and I already like start feeling all sorts of things going um, on my body. I started feeling dizzy. I started feeling, I don't know, I started feeling a bunch of stuff. I don't really remember now. But I remember that I was a little dizzy, and it took like a minute or so for me to stop feeling dizzy. And then I started to like sweat or something. I started to get nervous for sure. But anyway, so I decided, you know what, like it's probably better to get out of the cemetery right now. And instead of turning around, I decided I'm just gonna quickly walk through the cemetery to the other side because it wasn't that big of a block. Um, and I still wanted to know that I walked through without completely freaking out. And so then what happened was that I was shown the archway to leave the cemetery. And I think that's why I thought, why am I going to turn around and turn my back on what I'm feeling when the exit is right here? And so, like, I am walking towards the exit, or what looks like the exit, and I hit a wall, like a cement wall. And I'm like, wait, what happened? And I realize that this is like the wall to the mausoleum. There is no archway here, there is no gate to leave here. The gate is to my right. And I'm like, hold on a second. I was pretty convinced that this cemetery had three entrances, or three ways to get out. The one I went in, the one directly across, and the one to the right. Like, that was so clear to me. And I'm just like, and I go around and it's just like, no, there's more graves. There are more graves, but there isn't even an archway down that way. So at that point, I freak out and I turn around and I leave. And I'm just like, okay, well, that was not happening again. um, and and then that experience took me back to the experience that I had at St. Louis #1 in New Orleans, where I went with a tour, right? I went with a tour, and this is, I'm gonna say, like 2 years prior to the Charleston experience. And I'm there with my best friend for my birthday, and and then the tour guide just says, okay, so like walk around um, and see, check things out on your own. He had already given us the whole tour. Um, so my friend is following me because so far I have shown really good sense of direction in the city. And so she's kind of just like walking right behind, next to me, but kind of behind me. Cool, let's see what we can find, let's see what we do. And it was like one of those like foggy, gloomy mornings, right? so like it it really set the mood. And so I started walking around, the I started going down this way and then go that way and then go this way. And I kind of felt like I was following something. Like something was pulling me and I was going with it. And all of a sudden I feel a complete sense of panic. Oh no, 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 no. I panicked because I thought that there was going to be, again, another exit, um, or that there was going to be a way to go around this grave, um, with where I could just like keep walking around and then come back around. And I didn't think it was going to lead me to a dead end inside a cemetery. And so when I started to notice that, I'm like, no, this is leading to a dead end, I freaked out. And then I was just like, I gotta get out of here. But I didn't even know where I was anymore. I didn't know. I kind of forgot that my friend was with me. Like I was like in another different little energetic world. And it was almost like whatever I was following was kind of like fishing, right? Fishing for a sensitive. And I took the bait. And when I realized what was happening, I freaked out. And it was almost like I couldn't think at that time. Like at that point, I just couldn't think. And when my friend noticed that I was like completely freaked out, she like grabbed my hand and she pulled me and we went the other way. And I don't know what would have happened if she didn't do that, honestly. I have other cemetery stories, but they're not they're not scary. They're kind of cool. So I'll talk about those in another video. Okay.